choice. That's what we believe. We believe we're the chosen people. We don't believe Jews are the chosen people. We don't believe Jews are the ones going to the promised land. We don't think Jews are a part of God. No, Jews are nothing but another part of that same race of devils that come out of Europe. Black people are standing up. Black people are rising up, and they're starting fight.
We were slaves in Egypt. We belong to the Father, ain't no pledge of allegiance. We both to celebrate that killing that he didn't need you. We both to keep the holy days, don't be like the heathen. He said that
for Because make no mistake, sit down, you'll hear what I have to say. You think?
No.
You. Because make no mistake, sit down, you'll hear what I have to say. You think? You.
Here. So in case y'all haven't heard, the latest news is this. Sherelle Parker has created a task force including the Philadelphia Police Department and the Philadelphia Parking Authority. And their stated purpose is to crack down on street mechanics. They define street mechanics as people who work on cars who don't have an official shop. So now, if you're caught working on your car in the street, you could be fined or arrested. Your car could be taken and impounded, and you have to pay the fees to get it out. You know how that goes with the parking authority. So it's street mechanics now. Yesterday, it was the Kensington quote-unquote cleanup. Then it was the ski mask ban. Then it was tinted windows. And so it just seems like every move that Mayor Sherelle Parker is making is an aggressive assault on black and brown communities, because she's not trying this stuff in the Northeast or where a majority of the community is white or affluent. And so I think honestly the next step for Sherelle Parker might be to place a police officer in every black and brown person's home to make sure that you aren't using too much water when you take a bath or a shower, or to make sure you aren't flushing baby wipes down the toilet. Who knows, man? I don't rule that out when it comes to this administration. Sherelle Parker is a dictator. She is an authoritarian, and she doesn't care about black and brown folks. In fact, I think that she is showing that she hates her color. She's showing that she hates people who look like her. And, you know, we put her in office, so we got to get her out.
Yeah.
Uptown Surge, the hood abolitionist. Yo, what up, y'all? Uptown.
She needs to go immediately. I've been seeing things from her that are reminiscent of John Street. Like, I'm seeing things in her that are reminiscent of, you know, Wilson Good. Like, I'm seeing things that are reminiscent in her of women that try to police their own communities. Meanwhile, they do nothing that has any, like, they will never speak against any other community besides their own. They're going to sit and do a laser focus on what's going on in their neighborhoods. And it's just like when you have another counselor, they're trying to stop stores from being open 24 hours. And their claim is that they're making dangerous environments for people to sell drugs and other things of that nature. But if you live in an area where if you can't catch the bus at a certain time and you're only stuck with stores in your area, then how exactly am I supposed to get something to eat if it's after 12 o'clock? Then I'm just, you know, I can't get anything to eat. I can't get nothing from the store. And that's up to the mayor to decide whether the store should be open or not, because they think that it's some type of criminal element going on. If that's their reasoning, then bump up police presence, if that's the case. But that's not the case. What's really going on is She just wants to make it look as if she's doing something for her supposed community. When in reality, all they want to do is, as soon as they get in office, they want to act as if everyone is bad and we need to clean up the neighborhood. Instead of physically cleaning it up, they're going to go around and start attacking people for tinted windows, attacking people for having trash out, attacking people for things that could just easily be, let's have a block cleanup. Easily be, let's start putting trash cans places. Easily be, let's start promoting stop littering. That's all. You're then going to try to penalize people for just living. That's what they're doing. Because this always focuses, the main focus is on black and brown communities. Because that's where it's going to go. But the thing is that, guess who else rides around here with tinted windows? All day long, but they will not stop these people. You have the police officers that all their vehicles are usually tinted. And then you have the Europeans and the colonists, they always have their windows tinted. They will never be stopped. In their communities, they're not policed like our communities. I think I'm going to do it side by side and show you how their communities are policed and our communities are policed. Because it's no policing in their communities. It's none. And I used to drive around these communities every day, and trust me, I know. They don't, if you got dark tinted windows and you in a company vehicle or something like that, they're not going to stop you. They're not even going to mess with you. But guess what you're going to mess with? Poor people. If they see you poor coming in these other communities, they're going to stop you. Like, those of us that have seen these tactics being used again and again, like stop and frisk, let's start going around and just stopping people randomly. See, no, they can't do that anymore. So what they're going to try to do is they're going to try to penalize you to death. They're going to hit you with 1 million fucking tickets. So then your car gets towed away, and then you can't pay for that because then you got to pay the fines, fees, everything else. They continue doing this to our people, and they use our own people to do it. I don't know who she is. I mean, me personally, I haven't been following Philadelphia politics like I should be. But at the same time, she seems like just another one of them. Yeah, right. You know, she looked black. She looked black. But she ain't one of us. She's in her effort to try to do good. She'd rather to put the foot on the people's neck. Just to say she did something to white people. Just to say she made change to white people. Because that's who her audience is. They try to clean up the city for white people. Okay? That's what it's about. It's always been about that. That's why we're the only city that don't have open carry. That's why we're the only city. And then as soon as you go out the city, you go into the county, everybody can open carry, everybody can have firearms. But those in the city, right? Because we got a majority black population, right? I gotta pay attention to what they do to us, because they do this on a daily basis. They don't just do this like, they don't pick and choose like this was back in the 60s and 70s. No, they still do this. They just use our people to do it now. I'm with him with this. Like, because it seems to me she's trying to take away as many rights as she can without violating your rights. Because we got a right to privacy. You got a right to have tinted windows. Okay? You got a right to be able to go to the store at 1 o'clock in the morning and not have some mayor tell you can't go to the store. I tell you got to go to a gas station that might be even more dangerous, because not only gas stations are allowed. This is retarded. Only the bear stores and all of it's like it's retarded. So then it's retarded, because you're only going to have certain stores open, but these stores are the main stores where people do things at and where they hustle from. That's just the truth. But everybody hustles in the city. Like that's just, it's not like you need to go to a certain area to get these things. Everybody hustles in the city. Right. So this is just basically a stop. It's an assault on black people as usual. It's what our local politicians do, and this is what our state politicians do, and this is especially what our congressmen do. Because they ain't ours. They're not for our people. Nobody is for us, as you see. Even those that's supposed to be in the office for us, they still not for us. They don't see any color anymore. We put her in office, but guess what? She about to do whatever she want to do now. This type of stuff makes me sick to my stomach because they'll come in with these agendas, but they won't tell you about these agendas until they start implementing them. And now you're looking around, you're like, what's going on here? Why are you attacking people for having tint on their vehicle? It's ridiculous. Now you're attacking people for fixing cars, and you're trying to attack people, just random jacks that's just trying to make a living to help themselves. No, you're trying to destroy their living too. Unless we go through the city or state first to get a job. That's the one thing we have in our community is the fact that we can work for ourselves. That's the one thing we got. And that's what she's trying to take away. You got to watch people like this. Piece of trash.
That law enforcement or the cameras that we have don't know who they are.
Driscoll points to the dark windows in the vehicle used by the alleged shooters of 8 teens in Northeast Philly.
I'm sorry, but I'm sorry, but I think he's dumb or something. Or maybe these people think the people are dumb. That's legal tint. The same tint that they're alleging that you can have is the same tint that vehicle has. That vehicle has legal tint. That's legal in the state of Pennsylvania. This is why this is what we're talking about. This is why we do not, I do not. I want to see her gone. Okay? She better enjoy these next, 3 years she got left? She better enjoy them.
March as evidence of the problem. He's pushed an ordinance through City Council, which makes it illegal to park a vehicle with blacked out windows on city streets. He says state law requires vehicle windows must allow more than 70% of the light hitting them in. His local ordinance applies the same standard but focuses on parking because Pennsylvania Motor Vehicle Code largely limits cities and towns from regulating the operation of vehicles.
The law-abiding citizens that may have broken this ordinance have a chance to remedy it, but we got to start somewhere. So we start to warn, and then we start to enforce.
It's really on.
So now what they're going to do is they're going to use the parking authority. And they're going to use parking authority codes so that you can't fight this. They just going to, what they're going to do is bury you in tickets. That's what they do in the city. Because like they said, they can't stop people for having tints on their vehicles. So what they're going to do is they're going to tell you, oh, your tint's illegal. Even though you're going to have, unless you can come in with paperwork that says, no, this is a legal tint from those people, from whoever installed your tint. That's how they're going to circumvent this. But the thing is a lot of tints that are legal, they're going to be getting tinted. They're going to be getting ticketed, and then the police and the PPA are going to be able to stop people. This is not just going to be the PPA neither. It's going to be the police that are going to be able to stop you because your tint is too dark now. So now they're going to use that as another way to make a fishing expedition into your life. This is what they do. This is our country. And this is all thanks to Mayor Parker. Okay? All thanks to her.
Fair, because, I mean, the car's parked. Who's going to be in it?
State police say they issued nearly 13,000 warnings for obstructed windows in the last year.
I mean, the car's parked. Who's going to be in it?
State police say they issued nearly 13,000 warnings for obstructed windows in the last year, while Rafael Torres offers advice to customers if the police approach.
They have to lower all 4 windows, make sure they can see inside.
So that's what you tell folks.
Yes.
Lower the windows.
If you get pulled over, lower the windows, make sure the cops can see you.
Now that Mayor Parker has actually signed this law, it goes into effect in 60 days. There will be a warning, apparently, and then $100 tickets. Don't pay the tickets. It's a tow if this law is in fact enforced. In Old City, Jeff Cole, Fox 29 News, folks.
All right, the more you know. Jeff, thank you.
And this is what they're going to start doing to us. They're just going to do this to black and brown people. They're not going to do this to the people right off across county lines. They're not going to do this to Europeans. They're not going to do this to them. They just want to do this to us. And I know most of y'all don't care, because I know a lot of you that watch my channel are just basically, you know, race baiters and race haters. But those of you that actually care about your city, because this is going to come to you, this is going to be your city too. It's not just going to be Philadelphia. Because we always look at things like that. We can't just look at things like that. It's more about the fact that every city starts encroaching on rights. And then they make up policies because we should have a right to privacy in our own vehicle. But they say because it's a public convenience, then that means we have no right to privacy. I don't understand, because we're still in our property. But they try to circumvent things. As you see, the police can stop you for that. Then they'll stop you for that, so then they can send you for that. They can ticket you, and then they can start giving you fines. And then by the time the fines ramp up, they can just tow your shit. That's what they want to do in this city. That's what they really want to do everywhere. We got to stop this. I'm out. Peace.
Back to who we are. I don't see how you don't see.
You're Lazarus. You're the dry bones. You're the prodigal son. You're the lost sheep. You're the people about whom the Bible is speaking, who will stand up in the last days when the trumpet is sounded.
I shall keep it until the end. Give me understanding, and I shall keep your law. Yea, I shall observe it with my whole heart. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.